Stem. What are the features that distinguish a stem from the root? The stem is the ascending part of the axis. It is ascending part, bearing branches, leaves, flowers and fruits. It develops from the plumule of embryo from a germinating seed. The stem bears nodes and internodes. The stem has nodes and internodes. The region of the stem where the leaves are born are called nodes. Here, nodes means there is a region of the stem where the leaves are born. Those are named as nodes. While internodes are the portions between the two nodes. Here, nodes means where the leaf arises. Here, for suppose it was a leaf, this portion will known as a node. Here you can see this. Here the leaf has been erased. It is a starting point of the leaf. Okay, so this is called as node, and this is another node of because another leaf has been originated here. The space between the two nodes is named as internode. While the internodes are the portions between the two nodes. The stem bear buds which may be terminal or axillary. Okay. Here is the better explanation for axillary and terminal. Here you can see this. Terminal means it was the end one. Here axillary means it was in between. Axillary located and in the axil of a leaf. Okay, but here the terminal one is being found at the tip of a stem or a branch. Okay, this is the difference between axillary here and terminal bud. Stem is generally green when young and later often being woody and dark brown. The main function of the stem is spreading out branches, bearing leaves, fruits, flowers. It conducts water, mineral, photosynthesis. Some stems perform the function of storage of food, support, protection, and vegetative propagation. Now, modification of stem. The stem may not always be typically like what they are expected to be. They are modified to perform a different functions. Underground stem of potato, ginger, turmeric, zaminkan, colocasia are modified to store food in them. As in the previous video, I told that they will confuse by giving potato and sweet potato. Sweet potato is adventitious root where potato is a modification of stem to store food. Modification of stem to store food, and this sweet potato is adventitious root. Yeah, and colocasia are modified to store food in them. They also act as an organs of pollination to tide over conditions unfavorable for growth. Stem tendrils which develops from axillary bud are slender, spirally coiled and help plants to climb, such as in gourds like cucumber, pumpkin and watermelon and grapevines. Gourds and grapevines. Axillary bud of stems may be get modified into woody, straight and pointed thorns. The thorns are found in many plants such as citrus, bougainvillea. They protect plants from browsing animals. Some plants of arid regions modified their stem into flattened opentia or fleshy cylindrical euphorbia structures. They contain chlorophyll, may carry out photosynthesis. The examples are very much important. You have to understand the function as well as the example. For suppose here, underground stems are potato, ginger, turmeric, jaminkan and colocasia. They are modified to store food in them. Okay, this is the function. Next, stem tendrils develops from axillary bud. So we can see in the gourds like cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon and grapevines are the example. And next, thorns. This is for like protection for the plants, to protect the plants from the browsing animals. Example like citrus and bougainvillea. Next, here coming to this, some plants are in Desert regions or less water regions, like in a desert environment, here the stems are modified into flattened ones. The flattened ones are known as opentia, and the fleshy cylindrical ones. The cylindrical ones are known as euphorbia, where it's like a flattened one. Okay, the flattened ones will be like opentia. You should know the difference. Otherwise, you may confused when they can be asked like flattened and cylindrical. You should know the difference here. Next, underground stem. Underground stems of some plants such as grass, strawberry, etc. spreads to new niches, and when older part dies, new plants are formed. In plants like mint, jasmine, a slender lateral branch arises from the base of the main axis and after growing aerially for some time arc downwards to touch the ground. A lateral branch with short internodes and each node bearing a rosette of leaves and a tuft of roots is found in aquatic plants like Pistia and Euchorniae. In banana and pineapple and chrysanthemum, the lateral branches originate from the basal and underground portion of the main stem, grows horizontally beneath the soil, and then comes out obliquely upward, giving rise to leafy shoots. Here, he described about four types. One is runner, stolen, offset, and sucker. There are four. The first one, the grass and strawberry. It is an example for runners. The runners actually spread to no inches and older part dies, the new plant is formed. It is runner. Next one is stolen. Mint and jasmine is the example of stolen. A slender lateral branch arises from the basal part of the main branch and after growing aerially for some time, arc touches the down to the ground and it goes to individual. Okay, next, offset. A lateral branch with short internodes and each node bearing a rosette of leaves and a tuft of roots in aquatic plants. Pistia and Euchorniae is an examples of offset. In banana and pineapple and chrysanthemum are example of suckers. It's like a lateral branch originated from the basal and underground portion of the main stem, horizontally grow beneath the soil and then comes out obliquely upward, giving rise to a leafy shoot. Okay. Ginger, jamink and potato. These are like storage. The stem is modified them into for storage purposes, and this is auxiliary bud modified into tendrils. This is for support. The stem is modified into stem tendril for support. Next, in this case, this spines, the stem is modified into a spine for protection. Example, bougainvillea. Okay, here, next, this is oxalis and the roots are arising from the nodes. You can see here, it is an example of runner. Okay, you must careful with the examples I was telling again and again. You will face, otherwise you will face an exam. You will come to know eventually. Runners, grass and strawberry, stolen, mint and jasmine, offset, pistia and euchoniae, suckers, chrysanthemum and banana and pineapple. Here is the example. This is runner. Like it spreads to new niches. When Voldemort dies, the new plant has been formed. This is stolen. A branch is formed from the basal part of the main branch. like a lateral branch arises from the base of the main axis, grows aerially for some time, later touches down and it also get roots. Okay, this is stolen, and this is sucker. Sorry, this is offset. Internodes and nodes bearing a rosette of leaves and a tuft of roots. Okay, example like or example of offset is pistia. Right. Next, this is sucker. Here, it's little disturbance, but you can see this. In the examples of sucker was banana and pineapple. A lateral branch originated from the basal and underground portion of the main stem and grows horizontally beneath and underground portion of the main stem. Horizontally grows. Okay. So these are examples. You can pictures of runners, stolen, offset, and sucker. Actually, the pictures was not given in NCRT. For better memorization, I was just showing this.